Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Depends on your time and your location. I greet you from my location. I also salute you from my location. I greet all the Biafrans and I welcome you. I greet my president, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano of United States of Biafra. I greet my prime minister, Simon Ekpanjoku, the prime minister of United States of Biafra. I greet my deputy prime minister, Dr. Ngozi Parabueze. I greet you. And I greet all the Biafrans all over the world and lovers of freedom in the whole world. I greet those that what we are doing is very important to them to be able to join us for us to seek our freedom. So, my greetings and my regards to you all. We will not stop until finally what we are seeking for, that is only our rights, that we possess our rights and take our position. That is only when we are going to stop. But despite that, no matter what happens, no matter anybody think, no matter what we are doing, I want you to know that we are not going to succumb. We are not going to succumb or stop what we are doing. No matter how Nigeria come hard on us, the more they come hard, the more we become more harder on them. That is why we want the entire world to know what we are passing through and where we are right now. And somebody, that's my president that you are holding, is not just a mere criminal or anyhow somebody, rather that he is a president of a new country. So please, as you join me, like and share this program this evening so other people may know that we are live and we are direct this evening. So please, do not hesitate to like and share. This message this evening go to all the group claiming that they are fighting for Biafrans. It is a high time to let the entire world, or to let you who claiming that you are fighting for Biafra, to know that you are not fighting anything, rather you are destroying and delaying the people. That what you are doing is like something sending a child to school without graduation. That is what Ipob, Faceless Unite, RCC, this is what all of them are doing. They are not ready for the freedom, because freedom is all about history repeating from one end to the other end, my people. So anyone who is doing another different thing, honestly, is not supporting, he doesn't want the freedom, he is not ready for Biafra to become a country, and for our people to stop suffering, contributing money day in, day out. That is what they simply mean. So I will urge you listening to listen and pay attention and choose the option that you want, that you think that is the best one for you. I want you to be putting your mind that as we are moving in this night, think of you having a child who you send to school and never for over 20 years graduate. I hope you are going to be happy sending him or her money to continuously be in school without graduation from common secondary school. Let's assume that you send this to your child, because this program this night is for Biafrans, all Biafrans. Now look at it this way: from year to year, I graduate from school, and the school continuously asking you for money every year, every term. You are paying money. When it's time to change school uniform, you change it again. When it's time to change sandals, you change the sandals. When it's time to change all the size book and change the textbook, you continuously changing them every time it's time come for it. And without this child coming out or graduating from this school that you send him or her. So be looking at this movement of Biafra that particular way. And also be looking at that child that you send to school. Her mate is graduating under 6 years, and he or she graduates under 5 years. And that particular one who has been in school for over 20 years without graduation, without a result, coming back to your house, please be reasoning how you will feel. And the one you as a father or as a mother will always be happy with, or will always listen, or will always follow on whatever he or her is doing. Please. That is why I said that this particular program this evening, or this night, or this morning, this afternoon, whenever it comes to where you are, you will be reasoning this way. And whenever the time comes, pay attention deeply on this program this evening. It is very important for any of us to react. This is a time for us to think and also call a result for over these years of agitation till today without graduating. What is a graduation in freedom fighting? In freedom fighting, certificate is declaration, and what? Recognition is the certificate that you are fighting, you are a freedom fighter. A freedom fighter is not how many years you continuously agitating, you continuously fighting. That does not make you what? A freedom fighter. Nwana eje akwụkwọ mana onwebero mgbe nwa ji wee graduate ya, o ji si na ya agụsịa na ya pụtara. Kama na ọ nọ every year Obi is a boy, every year Obi is in school, every year Ada is in school, every year Ada could not be able to finish school and come outside. I want you to be seeing what we are doing this evening in that direction. Then you come and take it the other way around. In a history of freedom fighting, between, let me use this word, a group who make a declaration and claim that they are a new country under the rules of international law of declaration of a new country, and that one who did not make a declaration, talk less of seeking for recognition, and that's one who never conducted self-referendum on his own to check how it's going to be, and the one who conducted and also used it to do a declaration. We are going to look these two ways this evening for we as the Biafran people who held this group. You are still claiming that they are fighting, that they want to bring Biafra for you. Like in this moment of Biafra, I want you to count from me on the comment section. Between 1999 to 2025, is it how many years? Please help me. And do the calculation and send on the comment section. So I will tell you, so I will let you know why I asked to do that calculation for me. Calculate for me between 1999 to 2005, how many years? And also calculate again for me. Call it between 2015 or 2012 to 2021, how many years, Cobb? I want us to do minus and plus. And I want us to use our hand to call the result of what we are doing. And among those two children you have in the house, the one who's supposed to graduate in C8 and he or she graduated in the inside 5 years because of how the brain is hot and how he know why he went to school. My question is, between 1999 to 2025, how many years? Then between 2021 to 2025, is it how many years? These are my questions. Because we want to look at things in our own way and to also tell ourselves who is doing the real deal. Okay, 26 years. If you have a child who went to school and for 26 years, he still remained in secondary school, not moreover university. I hope you are going to be happy to continuously paying her school fees and providing all her need or all his needs. Please, I want to know. Are you going to be happy as a father or a mother to continuously paying these school fees and providing all the needs of this either son or daughter? I want to know something because there is where we are going. So that's why this evening we want to call a result or want to make you to rethink. That is why we leave the program we're supposed to run this night. Because today is supposed to be part 3 of self-determination. Why is it a crime for black man or for Biafran people that the self-defense is not for black or Biafran people? That self-determination under the international law of UN Charter of 1514 and the 1541 and the 1960 as amended. You're going to find out. Good I can see you. Good evening from here. I can see Jerry. Good evening from here, and the other people who are on the top. I greet you all for coming in. We must continue. So, please, as you come, join me to share this program because we're not going to be long because of our time. we may only go for only 1 hour, 30 minutes, or maximum 2 hours. Then we will end the program. So please, as we're not going to 4 to 3 to 5 hours, please share the program to get to every appropriate platform that are always listening to us. As I'm also sharing to those that are always, whenever I come, that I should send the message to them. So remember what we are doing this evening. We are going to wrap it all this thing I'm doing. This my first intro up. When I will start reading a document of under research of the declare a group that all has claimed that has one leader. Like we have IPOB, One Nigeria. That fact, like we have IPOB group. We have autopilot claiming they are fighting. We have fallback of Bridge of Ogenkere claiming they are bringing Biafra for you. We have a CRC group fighting on this same cause. We also have Faceless Unite at the Adandosho on their level of their own also claiming, and the Omada Highway, you remember. All these are almost 8 or 9 groups claiming that they are fighting for Biafra. And now you have United States of Biafra re-declared on November 2029, on November 29, 2024. And all these that make a declaration that under international law, that a declaration is a notification that this entity or this group, or no, this entity, not a group anymore, has become a sovereign state. And they are seeking for what? International recognition after declaration. We want to see all these groups. If you are the one, now that is when you will understand why I bring issue of having children in your house and send them to school. Others are moving forward, and the other one is going backward, or he remains stagnant. He just remains one place, like an Iroko tree. And the man, Odekai that Iroko tree ka asị na ime Bible. Na mkpụrụ osisi ọba na-amịghị nke ọma na a ga-egbutu ya. Then I want to take your mind another area again. Like onye nwere ụmụ boy, ịgboro ụmụ boy. Because in the Australian Igbo and Kabali, I want to talk to Biafran people deep down in your heart, so for you to go and rethink. And if there is a way you're making a mistake, or swallow your ego, swallow your pride, come out. That is why this program this night, they might audio no Igbo, audio na wobri ho Igbo and social way, or Japan and wobri hi Igbo and social in area. That is why it's important this evening. There is things that I want us to understand. What are those things I want us to understand? They are very simple. That's Simon. Good evening from here. I can see you in the comment section. That is one of our own. If you never subscribe to Ada Simon page, please go and subscribe to Ada Simon. And here the compare Adandosh. Mana own swag carry Adandosh. You got to in a Joe na to my area. Obo ni chọrọ inu Igbo ọfụma, obo ni chọrọ inu ya n'oyibo, go be to share. Gawa na page Ada Simon Ekpa. Go and type Ada Simon Ekpa for YouTube. Subscribe there so you can also listen. Kefwa na Biafra nwere ife niile. Efu ka o si aga. So on this program this evening, anyị chọrọ ka anyị chịkọta ihe niile a na-eclaim mụrụ gị na ha na fight reward like Biafra. Then can you raise a history in history of freedom fighting, like Mahatma of India, like Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya, like Nelson Mandela, like Rahman of Bangladesh, Mujibur Rahman of Bangladesh. These are people who fight and liberate their people. And what role do they play? I engage their history because history must always repeat. History must what? Always what? Repeat. And there is no way ma in your house na ịmụtara nwa ọ na-eje akwụkwọ. Gịnị bụ history nwa na-repeat? History repeat bụ nke nwa gị ahụ bụ na klaasị ahụ ọ na-agụ na-enwego ndị buru ụzọ wee gụọ that class pinye ha mere. So o mebe nke ọma, the history repeat n'iwu na ndị ahụ mere nke ọma oge ha na-aga school na history repeat kwele nwa gị aga school mee nke ọma. Ọ bịakwa na ndị ahụ jiri eburu klaasị n'isi, ndị ahụ bit na-agba ụzọ akwụkwọ, o rukwa ebe ahụ kwa history repeat kwe na nwa abụghị na-agba ụzọ akwụkwọ ana ọ na-ebu klaasị n'isi. Na ya mere mgbe ọbụla ibi ya ha na-aga n'iru ọma na-echigha azụ. So anyị chọrọ ịma today with analysis anyị ga-eji ime n'abalị a ka anyị wee mara ke ndị ahụ history repeat na ha jiri akwụkwọ gbaa first number 1 na-agafe klaasị, ke ndị ahụ na-ebu klaasị n'isi n'ofu ebe, ke ndị ahụ na-eme every term parents na-akwụ ụgwọ ọnwa. Anyị ga-eji history of those who has fight for this freedom and those who have restored their country ka anyị mara ma process ndị nke Ipob ọrụ na ndị nke ahụ bụ anyị na ofu anyị adịghị aga iru ma anyị adịghị aga azụ. Arọ kwuru arọ adị m ka ndị arọ. Every year comes I remain who I am, no front no back. Then anyị ga-abịa ma ọ bụ ụmụada highway bụ ndị nke na-emetụ ya. Then also anyị ga-abịakwa ịmarakwa ma ọ bụ ndị fall back nke oge nkere as a group or bridge in exile nke na-ekere bridge ma ọha nwa na-emetụ ya. Anyị ga-abịa ịma ma ọ bụ ndị CRC bụ ndị ahụ history nke anyị ga-eji ego na mgbede a na-egosi ndị ha bụ, ka ọ bụ ndị nke ada ndị ụchụ na Faceless Unite ka anyị ma ọ bụ ha nwa. Then ka anyị marazie ma ọ bụ United State of Biafra Redclared bụ ndị ahụ na-emetụ ya ọfụma. Onye ka m ji wee kwuo na program nke mgbede a nwa nke abalị a bụ maka anyị nwa. Ọ bụ nke a na-ada attention the whole world na-etinyesi flag ha na-ata ka ha mara na ọha nwa bụ problem anyị nwa nwere. Then ka ị wee marazie n'ime ihe anyị ga-agụ na mgbede a ndị ahụ bụ ndị ga-ewetara gị ọ ndị wetagoro gị freedom, ọ ndị ahụ mere ka ọnọdụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu chenjie, ndị ahụ mere ka ọnọdụ Simon Ekpa Megini chenjie, ka ndị ahụ na-abịaghachi azụ na-eme ka ọ pụtakwa o repeat kwa class, ọ ndị ahụ nọ underground na-echi ya. Ọ bụrụ na ọ pụta ka o bidokwa broadcast n'isi, ka o bidokwa agitation, ka o bidokwa Ipob one family, ka anyị mara ma ọ ha nwa. Ka ndị United States of Biafra, the indigenous people, ndị mere ọnya na ndị mere understand na ụmụnne fana na-ata afọ na-atụ ego na ekwesịkwana ka emezi ihe ngwa ngwa ka ike ghara ya ugbo ndị mmadụ ka ha ga-esi na ego anyị na-atụrụ ihe aka na-achọ ozimi. Do you know na today na mgbe mbụ na enwere ndị pụ na Catholic because of oke ntụntụ a na-atụ ime Catholic Church. Today ndị ụka nke ọgbara ọfụọ ebugara akwa oke ntụntụ, ga-enye nke birthday, ga-enye nke ọnwa ọfụọ, a ga-enye nke ọnwa na-abịa abịa, a ga-atụ nke nzukọ, a ga-atụ nke eji arụ ya. Ịgbakọcha ego a na-atụ n'ime ụlọ ụka do ya na mbara aka ndị pastọ na-atụ n'ime ụlọ ụka ka ị wee marazie ma ndị Ipob o ji ga-atụ mgbara ahịa, ka ị wee marakwanụ ma ndị kpọrọ onwe ha ndị CRC ma o ji ga-atụ mgbara ahịa, ka ị wee mara ma ụmụada highway o ji ga-atụ mgbara ahịa, ka ị mara akwụkwọ ọzọ ma ndị United States of Biafra, ka ị mara ndị jizi atụ mgbara ahịa n'ọnọdụ na ha na-agwa okwu nwere onwe. Arọ kwuru arọ ị na-atụ ego, ka ị mara ndị yiri ndị One Nigeria, ndị na-arụ Second Niger Bridge since I was born till today ma adịghị anụcha mana eji eme politics. So that is why when we say that history is about to repeat, the history is going to repeat this evening again. So listen, that's why I said I'm going to be fast this evening for us to go into a lot of things we have. Immediately I share the program to numbers or those I am sharing to. After that, then we will speed very fast, because I don't really want this program to be so long. No, I want it to be short, so every other human being who come across as a Biafran, we understand why this program this evening is very, very important for us to know exactly what is wrong and those who are doing the right thing, and where you're supposed to be putting your money all the time, and those who are going to help you to end up all this. Every year you remain where you are. You went to school, you never graduated. Every year you are in school, or every year you are repeating one class day in, day out, and those that are sponsoring you in the school, if they are going to be happy, or are they going to be tired of sponsoring you every time in the school? That's why I ask you, please, as you come in, like and share the program so others may know that we are live to present this program this evening to you, Biafran people. I greet everyone in the comment section. Please, even if I didn't mention your name, I see you. Elohim bless you and protect you all. Because at a time like this, many things has to be changed, and every truth must be told. When Mazen cannot make us understand that we are going to be whiter than snow for us to restore Biafra. For how many years do you want to continuously lying and deceiving Biafrans and connecting their money as the only business that you are doing? That is why I am asking this evening, please share and like the program. Subscribe on the YouTube page. This is We Biafra TV. We are live and we are direct this evening. So please endeavor to like and share the program, because it's a high time. We cannot get Biafra without histories that has already been there, or without what happened to others happening to us. What are those things? The way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was being kidnapped, it has never happened to any other body, any other person in the history of freedom fighting. He was first ever person in the history of fighting for a new country who was kidnapped. The way Mazi Nnamdi was arrested was the way Nelson Mandela was arrested. The way Mazi Nnamdi was arrested is the same way Magahandi was arrested. It's also the same way Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya was arrested. It's also the same way Rahman of Bangladesh was arrested. But the question is, what ends their movement, or where did the arrest lead the movement that they are fighting for? What are those they left outside, like you and I? What are they doing that triggers their release? What are they doing that triggers the release? Can you have a memory of here? Hogra niru fall or back. Ka hogra maintain works na ha na-eche mgbe o meji kpesha yi ikpe ọpụtazie ka e wee mee gịnị gawa n'iru. Ọgwa na ọpụta anyị nọ ebe anyị nọ. This is why we are handling this program this evening for Biafran people. It is a time to bring everything we have to join the movement and to know exactly what we are doing. Your envy, your jealousness is destroying you. And your envy, your jealousness, your ego of, hey, I was a member of Ipob from I took oath 1999. It can never get you a wanted Biafra. The age of Methuselah has nothing to do with the wisdom of Solomon. Do you understand? The age of Methuselah has nothing to do with the wisdom of Solomon. Go and check. And you come back, tell me what you find out. You know, I always use that word. Go and check, go and verify. And in Igbo adage, a signal, in English adage, the signal, overtake is allowed. Over what? Overtake is allowed. And the issue is, na obru onye bruzo bido igba ọsọ na agbata first. Onye kwa oji webo na why bi n'imi ya kịta na nwa mụrụ ọfụ na nwa anwụ. Onye nọ na ntị ezi aka dị ndụ. Onye nọ na asọtụ ezi aka nke a mụrụ ọfụ eme gịnị anwụ. That simply means na everything is allowed. So, dear friends, we are going somewhere. I'm taking my time to lay my preamble. So when we start hearing these histories of countries that have fought for their own freedom, listen, our own are not going to be different from other people's own. Despite that this is 21st century. Because when it's come to this movement of restoring a new country, there is existing protocol that we must observe and we must stand on it. There is existing mandate that you must adhere towards it that you're going to use for you to achieve what you want. The same our people in Igbo adage say, n'ụzọ amara akpụ, yale wee gba anya n'ọdụ, ka ọ ga-esi akpụ ụzọ, ọ ga-esi akpụ ogele. Eme ha azụ ogele mkpelab, ma wasị gị kpụọ ogele, ọ bụghị nke ofu. Ọ bụrụ na ọkpụ ụzọ amara akpụ ụzọ, yale wee gba anya n'ọdụ ka ọ fụ esi wee kpụọ dị ụzọ asapụ kwa ihe ọgaga. Otu ọbụla n'okwu nwere nwaanyị nọ n'ime ya. Ọ bụghị onye bụ ụzọ bido ịgba ọsọ na-agbata first. Ọ bụghị onye bụ ụzọ chụba ego na ebu ụzọ akpata ego. These areas that now we need to be comparing ourselves into. And there is people that we have to compare ourselves like them. Now that Biafra has been, in this, let me not use that word, that Biafra has been declared. Now that our leader, our president, our prime minister is under castration, there are things that we need us to do more about it. So if you are claiming IPOB, Bijuezabia, or Melekamboa, recognize that as a country. That's another question. Then you may ask me, oh, you're answering, declaring Biafra, or Melekambo recognize the question I bruise here. Among all these things, now that you are a hater inside the house, then the question may be, which way forward among all these things? That is why I'm telling you that history must repeat. Our own are not going to be different from every other country in the world. The only one that you must have in your mind is this. All these countries you see today, there was a time they are all new country in the world. There was a day, there was a year, people gathered together and said, from today, our name is America, our name is US, our name is Germany, our name is Portugal. No matter how it may sound, if there is a year that a white man come to Nigeria and said, from today, you are Nigerian, from that you become a new country. Is it not how it happens? That is also how what the Biafran people are fighting for is the same thing. And when it starts newly, people will make caricature of what we are doing. If people has never made caricature of what we are doing, remember Mazin Nandekano, there was a time they said, don't mind those riffraff, don't mind Dago and the Ara. But today, what is going on? The Mazin Nandekano is the world news topic today. And what is he fighting for? Under self-determination, fighting for a youth secession, under self-determination to fight for a new country independency. That is what he's seeking for. He's seeking for secession is fully independency outright from existing country that's oppressing us, which is happened to be Nigeria, that means death sentence to every indigenous person. These are pure facts. And we are here this evening to give you this pure fact so you may understand why that Biafra is what is being delayed all this time. Because when a wrong people is leading a just cause, everything about it becomes wrong. I said what? Everything about it becomes what? Wrong. So now, for you to understand where I'm going, you must follow me, listen to the histories of documents of countries that has passed what we are passing through today. Our own is not going to be the first, neither is it going to be the last. The same way we are reading history of Maghandi of India, the same way we are reading history of Bangladesh, the same way we're talking about Kenya, the same way we're talking about South Africa, Namibia, the same way we're talking about Sierra Leone and Ethiopia and all of them. There is a day all of them in this world becomes what? A new country in this world. There was a day. So, when you think of that, then you know that the Biafran government is doing the right thing. And with all that they are doing, we need to applaud them. You know, the bias na eto onye na-agwọ ụgba na nke ọ gwụrụ. Ojegbo nke ọzọ gbozi ọkasịa mma. That is why you must appreciate you must appreciate United States of Biafra Redclared. You must. Listen to what I want to offer to you this evening and use it to compare. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in question, fighting for Biafra, which the Biafra will go under declaration and recognition. Then he was arrested when Biafra has never been re-declared. And today, he was sentenced life imprisonment. Now that Biafra has been re-declared. The same happened to Jomo Kenyatta. The same happened to Nelson Mandela, that's why after the regime. The same happened to Rahman of Bangladesh. The same happened to Maghandi of India. Has happened to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. Now the question is it not evidence that history is repeating? Is it not purely evidence that what? That history is what? Repeating. If I may ask you. Now, let's go in. Listen carefully. I told you, we are here with another different thing in this movement that it's not before has been declared. Yes, Emmanuel Greg, I see you. Good evening from here. Lucky, good evening. Uju, good evening from here. Gonaya, thanks for good evening from here. YouTube has joined your name together, so sometimes it's going to be hard. I appreciate those that in the comment section. Thank you so much. Pay attention, listen to something. That's why when I some people will tell you that the level of our reasoning now is not going to be just our normal reasoning. Or this is how I think they should do it. There is how they do it has already been out there. So, let us see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa how declaration justify a son or a daughter who you send to school that never graduated for one day. You send someone for school for 26 years and he or she never graduated. Are you going to be happy paying money? Contributing money and be giving? And you send someone to school under 5 years, he graduated. All these are histories. So I want you to know, even if they said in Nigeria, they said political solution for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what is the best way in all this? And which one make them bigger person and which one reduce them as a common criminal? Listen to this.
This is a question about the intersection of law, politics, and historical timing. Between a leader arrested before a formal declaration of independence and one arrested in a territory without a declaration, the leader arrested before a declaration generally has a better option for release under a political solution or pardon. The key difference lies in the political utility and legal reframing of the leader's past actions. 1. The leader arrested before declaration. This leader, Leader A, was arrested while fighting for the new country, but they were taken into custody before their movement made a formal, public claim of sovereignty.
Sorry, network kicked me out. Sorry. We'll continue.
This is a question about the intersection of law, politics, and historical timing. Between a leader arrested before a formal declaration of independence and one arrested in a territory without a declaration, the leader arrested before a declaration generally has a better option for release under a political solution or pardon. The key difference lies in the political utility and legal reframing of the leader's past actions. 1. The leader arrested before declaration. This leader, Leader A, was arrested while fighting for the new country, but they were taken into custody before their movement made a formal, public claim of sovereignty. Why this is the better option? Political utility. The government that arrested the leader, the former sovereign state, gained significant political leverage by releasing them. Motive. The release can be offered as the primary incentive for the movement to enter negotiations, stop the armed struggle, and agree to a formal peace. The government can say, "We release your figurehead if you agree to this deal." Confidence builder. The release is seen as a major, high-profile confidence-building measure needed to legitimize the entire political solution. Legal reframing. The government can easily issue an amnesty or commutation because the leader's crimes were against the old sovereign state, which is now seeking a formal political separation. The pardon becomes a symbolic act of moving toward a new, shared future. Example, leaders of the Indian independence movement, including Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, were frequently arrested and jailed before India's independence in 1947. They were consistently released as part of political negotiations, like the Quit India movement leaders being released in 1945 to allow negotiations to begin, because they were necessary for the political solution. 2. The leader arrested without declaration. This leader, Leader B, is fighting for a new country, but the movement has never made a formal declaration of independence, or the government does not acknowledge its existence. Why this is the less certain option? Legal stigma. The leader is generally seen by the detaining state purely as an internal criminal, traitor, terrorist, or domestic insurgent. Because there is no formal declaration of statehood, even an unrecognized one, the government has less political incentive to treat the leader as a head of a potential sovereign entity. Political motivation for release is weak. The government has less to gain by releasing them, as it can claim that releasing them would only encourage other internal criminal acts or insurrections. A release must be driven by external pressure, international human rights groups or other states, rather than by the necessity of a peace treaty with a defined new state. The struggle continues to be seen as internal. The lack of a declaration allows the detaining state to successfully frame the issue as a matter of internal security, making it harder for international actors to intervene and force a political solution. Conclusion. The power of intent. The act of making a declaration of independence, even if unrecognized, transforms the leader's fight from a domestic criminal conspiracy into an international political conflict concerning the right to self-determination. Feature. Leader A, arrested before declaration. Leader B, no declaration. Legal status, former citizen fighting for a new state, easier to pardon as a political settlement. Internal criminal/insurgent, harder to justify release/pardon. Release motivation. High. Release is the key confidence-building measure needed to start the official, historic negotiations for separation. Low. Release is seen as purely political weakness, unless compelled by extreme external pressure. Best option, political solution/amnesty. Pardon, commutation, requires more domestic leverage or human rights pressure. The timing of the arrest, before the declaration, sets the stage for the most favorable political outcome. The leader becomes the indispensable negotiating partner required to sign the peace deal.
I will play it again before we go into, you know how we do it here. I will play this history again before we go into to use it to analyze our own case. Remember, Maghandi was taken away in 1945, and the people he left make a declaration of India in 1947 that leads to what? Their release. I hope you had it here. Because We will not get Biafra recognition. You can't get Biafra without all these histories. You must pass through them. And see how he works. Honestly. Listen again.
This is a question about the intersection of law, politics, and historical timing. Between a leader arrested before a formal declaration of independence and one arrested in a territory without a declaration, the leader arrested before a declaration generally has a better option for release under a political solution or pardon. The key difference lies in the political utility and legal reframing of the leader's past actions. 1. The leader arrested before declaration. This leader, Leader A, was arrested while fighting for the new country, but they were taken into custody before their movement made a formal, public claim of sovereignty. Why this is the better option? Political utility. The government that arrested the leader, the former sovereign state, gained significant political leverage by releasing them. Motive. The release can be offered as the primary incentive for the movement to enter negotiations, stop the armed struggle, and agree to a formal peace. The government can say, "We release your figurehead if you agree to this deal." Confidence builder. The release is seen as a major, high-profile confidence-building measure needed to legitimize the entire political solution. Legal reframing. The government can easily issue an amnesty or commutation because the leader's crimes were against the old sovereign state, which is now seeking a formal political separation. The pardon becomes a symbolic act of moving toward a new, shared future. Example, leaders of the Indian independence movement, including Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, were frequently arrested and jailed before India's independence in 1947. They were consistently released as part of political negotiations, like the Quit India movement leaders being released in 1945 to allow negotiations to begin, because they were necessary for the political solution. 2. The leader arrested without declaration. This leader, Leader B, is fighting for a new country, but the movement has never made a formal declaration of independence, or the government does not acknowledge its existence. Why this is the less certain option? Legal stigma. The leader is generally seen by the detaining state purely as an internal criminal, traitor, terrorist, or domestic insurgent. Because there is no formal declaration of statehood, even an unrecognized one, the government has less political incentive to treat the leader as a head of a potential sovereign entity. Political motivation for release is weak. The government has less to gain by releasing them, as it can claim that releasing them would only encourage other internal criminal acts or insurrections. A release must be driven by external pressure, international human rights groups or other states, rather than by the necessity of a peace treaty with a defined new state. The struggle continues to be seen as internal. The lack of a declaration allows the detaining state to successfully frame the issue as a matter of internal security, making it harder for international actors to intervene and force a political solution. Conclusion. The power of intent. The act of making a declaration of independence, even if unrecognized, transforms the leader's fight from a domestic criminal conspiracy into an international political conflict concerning the right to self-determination. Feature. Leader A, arrested before declaration. Leader B, no declaration. Legal status, former citizen fighting for a new state, easier to pardon as a political settlement. Internal criminal/insurgent, harder to justify release/pardon. Release motivation. High. Release is the key confidence-building measure needed to start the official, historic negotiations for separation. Low. Release is seen as purely political weakness, unless compelled by extreme external pressure. Best option, political solution/amnesty. Pardon, commutation, requires more domestic leverage or human rights pressure. The timing of the arrest, before the declaration, sets the stage for the most favorable political outcome. The leader becomes the indispensable negotiating partner required to sign the peace deal.
Before I go further, I want to start by telling you, please, with this, drop your hatred on Simon Eber. Drop your hatred on Ngozi Orabueze. Drop your ego. Drop your buga. I was fighting, I'm an IPOB member for over how many years? You got to drop all of them. You must drop all of them. You must. Sorry, 1 minute, please. I have a phone call. Please, my people. Sorry about that. This is a call from office, so I can't answer it on air. So before we move in, right, please like and share this program and also remember, our line is open in case as we are moving, anytime you want to call. When we start doing the analysis right now. So if you call, we pick your call. We want to rub our mind together this evening. That is why after playing it now, I open the mic for everyone to call in. So number to call is +9 7 3 60 51 3 7. Again, +9 6 7 sorry, +9 7 6 0 +9 7 3 6 0 5 1 3 7. Please, if you just join us, there is a 3 dots on your right eyes in your screen. Click on that 3 dots, it will open. You will see like and share. Please like the program. It does not remove anything from your data, and it doesn't kick you out from the page. Just look at on top of your phone. If first time coming, you will see a 3 dots. This way I'm pointing my hand right now. Then that 3 dots, touch it once, it will open. You will see like and share. Please join us. So invite more people to come and join us this evening. Please endeavor to do that. You have over 500 on view deep in, but we only have 22 people that are like the program. Please, it is too poor. Please endeavor to like. Let us do this again right now. Now, have in mind of how I started this evening. Between IPOB bụ nwa ahụ jiri akwụkwọ. The IPOB nke organization bụ nwa ahụ jiri akwụkwọ. Junior man graduate na ya bụ nwa lara akụ nne ya n'ihi na school. Bụ na every year Obi is a boy. That is IPOB. That is team B here. And all the body again. Mwandi, Brandi Fallback, Brandi RCC, Rafaceless Unite. All these people, look at where they belong. How I belong like Team B. That's now equal freedom. My hair wiki form government in Keha. My hair wiki made declaration. Talk less of seeking recognition. All how I bunde Team B. Ndi elidem leader ha arrest. Mwana wenye ha menwo. Then Team A bụ ndị nke India bụ Maazị Simon Ekpa na Dr. Ngozi Arabueze na Biafra Declaration bụ ndị nke Team A. If for the leverage of them and the status, their own status, how it is. On their house status it is when you will check. Now, the comparison has begun because we must a time to compare the movement. So you know where you are putting your money. And those who are giving you the freedom, really. Between India and India man. This is our own. And this is for those out there. There is road to freedom of a new country. Our situation right now is a situation of Maghandi of India. What makes him come outside is what we are going to be. That is what we are seeing here today. And compare to our own case right now between Indian claim na Fabundi IPOB, Ndi Omrembebo. Every year Obi is a boy. Every year I remain who I am. Every year no leave, no transfer. Ndi are not underground. The same underground can the RCC no. The same underground can the fallback no. The same underground can Let's Unite and Kiano. All these people underground. And when how headeka Let us move forward. You know, IPOB gwara ha na-eche Maazị Nnamdi ka ọ pụta. Now, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ọ pụtala is the question. 5 years agala o. Ha bụ ndị ahụ jiri akwụkwọ na-ata ego nne na nna na ego ikwu na ibe refuse to graduate. Now I want to understand where I'm going this evening. Ọ bụrụ na ị ka na-enye ndị IPOB ego gị after you have listened to this program this evening, continue. One guy in the cinema, you are a fool. That is who you are. Because one, you don't know the road that leads to getting a new country. Freedom I new country. We want a new country. Outrightly from Nigeria. Is it not the truth? Freedom in alo for Guinea. Abụọ na ịkwadoro ka enweta new country nke akpọrọ Biafra. Ọ bụrụ ya bụ ihe anyị na-fight for. My people. What are we fighting? The freedom anyị na-ekwu okwu ya, freedom for what? Na anyị chọrọ ka anyị dị free from ndị ji anyị wee nwee our own country on our own. Is it not country but the essence of fighting the freedom we are fighting for? Is it not? So let us adhere to what we're doing. Now, the analysis began. Highest, this program will not last more than 2 hours. Then we end it up because of what we have at hand. Now, listen. Or what we are saying this night. Now, United States of Biafra, except Bola Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, by what? By our declaration of November 29, 2024. And also, we changed their status from a common criminal, from terrorist, from treason, from rebel, from anything I charge her. Once ndi jiha, from na finally, na declaration na has little recognition. And when is any charge here again? The only thing that will happen is negotiation. Is what will happen. And that's what I told you here in the first place, that Maazị Nnamdi Kanu is the negotiation between the Biafra people and Nigeria that the international community are going to use to set us free as a new country. If you know one ejide, when they ejide, in Kenya, India, ejide Madonab, or the go to us ejide Joa Yaba and their former leader who is fighting for Amazonia. Aina Ambazonian on the same level right now. There are two leaders, AG. The same way to our two leaders. Is it not true? Now, in the outside, is the question. Because knowing anyone outside the metra, Gawa Pota had from Olonga. But that is the pure truth. He ended the metra in 1949 to 1947, Wapotram Gandhi of India. In the Bangladesh outside, like you and I, Metra. Now, 1971 to 1972, Wapotra Rahiman of Bangladesh. Now, going to every other places, this is how it happens into every other people that has fought for this freedom that we are seeking for today. Now, pay attention. Our analysis will be bringing what you may understand and know why you must give your money, why you must support United States Redclared, why you must support USB as the only last hope and the only last solution and the only last option for you outside fighting to now release Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, who Nigeria has sentenced to life imprisonment. In USB is the best option, is the best way to release him. I said what? In USB is the best option to do what? To release him. in USB redeclared. If you are not supporting it, you don't want Mazi Nnamdi to come outside, because case of Simon Ekpa is somehow quite different from Mazi Nnamdi right now. Simon Ekpa, our prime minister, has only 3 years. Out of that 3 years, 1 year has gone. It remains 1 year. Then, in the history of prison terms, if you have a good attitude, if you refuse to go to appeal, if you have a good attitude, 1 year will be nullified, and the person will spend 2 years or 2 months, they will set him free. Remember, have that at the back of your mind. That why we must put more action in what we are doing is because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the sentence of life imprisonment. You may ask yourself, what did people of India did to bring in to that mess pull out of Maghandi after 3 years? 45, they arrested him. 46, 47, he was being released, and India becomes a country. What did people of Bangladesh did in 1971 that makes their leader to release under 9 months? After that 9 months, Bangladesh become a country, and their leader. Do you know that the issue of the Bangladesh, that their leader Rahman was sentenced to life, they give him death sentence by Pakistan people, Pakistan government, because they are still under military regime then. So when we are saying this, don't shy away from it. Don't look at it as a child's play. No, it's not a child's play. It is a well detailed information that you must know. The only hope for negotiating with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is what? Also, to change his status quo is what? USB redeclared. Even if the thing now happen to the political solution, what will trigger it is the international pressure we mount about recognition of Biafra will trigger him, and also a declaration of a new country. Our declaration in the leverage of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right now, automatically he becomes a president of the new country that was declared, that are lacking recognition. I hope you are following. Let us go in. We will play this record, this history. We pause it, we explain, we continue. So we want it to get to every layman understanding. Please, once you come, your like is bringing more people, so they will know that we are live and we are direct. You are sharing the program, is also making it to go viral. Please endeavor to do that. If you know the number we have in are those that view this program and how many people who like it is very poor today, please endeavor to do that. Let's continue. Listen.
This is a question about the intersection of law, politics, and historical timing.
Do you hear it? A freedom fighter for a new freedom fighting for a new country is what? Political and historical timing. Political, history, and the time. I got time for it. When Abato Obie give a timeline, how many is going to fight for Biafra and gets this Biafra that we are looking for? That is what is called history and the timing. He timed the movement despite enemy, despite saboteurs in the house, inside the room, that betrayed and spoiled things. But the redeclared of United States of Biafra on November 29, 2024 makes everything right. Now, listen.
Between a leader arrested before a formal declaration of independence and one arrested in a territory without a declaration, the leader arrested before a declaration generally has a better option for release under a political solution or pardon.
Do you hear it? One, I want you to know that before the pardon or before the political solution, the leader must be convicted. He must be sentenced to either 25 for life imprisonment or sentence of life sentence or death sentence. He must be convicted. That's what I will tell you, that remove your emotion in this movement. This movement that we're into, the casting no people. Na si mmadu ya bia nwata ka agwa ihe eji abụ ọgaranya big man. Osimba okede ko otu odi. Okwa ebe ahụ ka right now. Asị nwata bia ka agwa ihe eji abụ ọgaranya. Isimba o ka mrukwa ogbenye mbụ ka nakwa otu nra n'okwu Igbo. Those are Igbo, sorry for you not understanding the proverb I'm hitting on. Or in English, they say in English adage, you can also use it this way. When they tell you, come, I want to become a big man, and they show you the road to become a big man, you will run and say, I don't want to become a big man again. Let me remember the way I am. That is where we are right now. The road. There is a road. There is a history. There is a protocol. There is existing criteria. There is existing template that you must follow. Between a leader arrested before formal declaration of independence of a new country and the one arrested in a territory without a declaration. Without what? A declaration. The leader arrested before a declaration generally has a better option for release under a political solution or pardon. It's no longer the way we think or the way we reason. It has become above more than that. And if the reason of the government of USB is not under international, we are going nowhere. But do you know why we are making ahead? Because the reason, the template of the USB is what? The international protocol and observe and the existing protocol. That is what they are doing. And that is why we are moving. And for your own eyes, you will see that they are not doing anything. You will see that what? That you want to no. It's no longer a time of woto because of how Nigeria is and what the world has turned into. Because if the system is changing, you are also changing. Our forefathers did not use screen touch phone. They did not use laptop. But today you use screen touch phone. You use iPhone. You use iPad. You use everything. That is simply mean that as the world are changing, you are changing. So the level of movement of freedom has been changing from time immemorial. Now, as again, between a leader arrested before a declaration of independence of a new country, and that's one that was arrested, and there is no declaration of IPOB, no declaration on Mazin Nandi. Like far back, like in the drew declaration, and they claim they are fighting for Biafra. And what a Biafra fan at what Raga. Do you know that between 1999 or what you go to 2025 has become 26 years? And then they go to Biafra without no declaration. That is why they told that it's just a mere politics that people are claiming that they are making for protests without declaration of a new country. Now, between this, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remain under IPOB without declaration, better option for him to release is not coming. Even under political solution, they will not release him. Do you know why? Because they said when we go down, you will understand it. Let me not even say that one right now because there is no need. Because we're going to get to that page or that paragraph. So that a pardon or political solution now only best option obo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under or as a president of United States of Biafra re-declared. That he has best option for political solution and declaration of a new country, proving that it's no longer internal affair of Nigeria. Then political allies, other foreign countries, that is when they have power to come into the matter. And that is why they also, when they have right to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Without our declaration, when they discuss it a little bit, they will draw their hand. But with declaration that lacks recognition, they will come fully. How can they come? They decide to give recognition. They call it international pity for the political solution to happen on a leader who was arrested before declaration. And after declaration, after he's arrested, the people he left outside make a declaration of a new country that he's fighting for, that has changed his status from a male common criminal, a male insurgency, treason, terrorists, and all this nonsense. Believe you me. That is how also Maghandi and his second in command was changed. That is how their status changed. They see them as president, as a vice president, two of them. That is why one Maghandi is the president, the other one is the prime minister. It happens. This is how things goes. So when Abato Obie comes, he chooses the prime minister. That simply means he read history of India, Maghandi and his second, and he put himself where he belongs. So that is you know, when that is how you will know when an intelligent man is leading an affair of the people, or the man who know road. I know follow who know road. Who know road is that person who will lead you to the end of whatever you are doing and give you a new beginning. That is where Abato Obie leads us to. Simon Ebanjoko. That is where he leads us to. So between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the side of the United States of Biafra re-declared under Dr. Ngozi Orabueze has best option for political solution that is not going to come from Nigeria, that is the international community are going to push, and as we are moving in, because with Nigeria, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been granted political solution before, and he destroyed all of them. When we are with him in the protest, he addressed us. He told us that they told him, or he had it from him, not only us, that he cannot stay where have more 5 people. That if he goes against, stay with about 10 people, not break quite the political solution. Do you understand? Do you understand it? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been granted political solution before, and he break all the political solution and tell them to go to hell. You remember when he make a solution on Abaribe, that Abaribe did not have right to stand as a chief for him under political solution. I want to understand where we are. So if you are throwing your money, you know where you are throwing it. You know whether you are wasting your money and wasting your time. There is a polity on the rear declaration of United States of Biafra that are going to change the status quo of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or his status of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and even Simon Ebanjoko. Then, that is where you have to look at it right now. And on that level is where the government of the USB is operating right now. And I also want to tell you, no courts, no lawyer has been, no judge has freed a freedom fighter that are fighting to have a new country under existing country. Court has never declared them and discharged them because of what they are fighting for. And moreover, now that Biafra has been re-declared, please like and share as you comment. Please like and share. Now, there is things that we are going to learn from this history. That is why I told you that. Now, if you don't know who you are, forget about talking about this particular movement that we're into right now, because the level has passes many people understanding and the explanation. It's no longer the way we reason. We are still reasoning like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, making us understand that the problem of Africa is the way we are reasoning. Are you among those right now who are still reasoning that Nigeria court will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? But Nelson Mandela, do you think that when he was fighting after the regime, they don't have lawyers? At a stage, he dropped those lawyers for those lawyers' reputation to remain with who they are by defending himself. At last, they sentenced him to life imprisonment. Go and check history. The same thing Mazdan can do today. Mazdan can asking those lawyers, not that he sacked them, because if he decided to still continue with them in that high court, the court of Nigeria will destroy the reputation of Aloy Ejimako and Maxwell. So he wants to save their reputation. It's part of why he's the one to defend himself. Go and check the history. Mahatma of India used his hand to be defending himself when British hold him captive. Go and read history. Go and check, and you come out. Just type on your phone the history of Mahatma getting freedom and having a new country, that he was become the first president of India. Go and check that history very well. The same thing happened to Rahman of Bangladesh. Those among 5 or 6 who sit down said, I will fight from this country and I must get my own to liberate my people. Call to never release them. Only what release them is what? Political solution that a new country has been redeclared. Rahman of Bangladesh was released. Send him to England, to UK, as what? As a president of Bangladesh. And later send him to New Delhi, India. Then India government escort him, and he becomes the first ever prime minister or president of Bangladesh. Type on your phone. Google can give you this. This one is very simple. Type on your phone that only Google can give you the history of India, and you read. Where we are on Mazda Kano is that place, Rahman of Bangladesh, is the same place of Mahatma of India, is the same place of Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya. These are those who stood up, suffer, fight for their people to have a new country. You see, if Mazda Kano is fighting autonomy, nobody will keep him in detention. Nobody will sentence him to life imprisonment, because autonomy means simple word that we are going to be answering Biafra, but Nigeria will be controlling us. Now, Taiwan in China is a country under autonomy. China is the one controlling them and handling their affairs. Taiwan, Hong Kong. Go and check history. And there's a difference of these two between internal and external. Our case is external, not internal. Internal is moving out totally from Nigeria. And you cannot move this out without official declaration and the international recognition that makes Chukwuemeka Ojimolegbe Ojukwu lost Biafra in 1967 to 1970, where British London precisely lobbied all the countries and lied against Biafran people. And the world turned off their eyes, and they massacred over 3 million children with hunger starvation. That is called genocide. Then we're not talking about Biafra military who dies in it. We're talking about the elders. That is why the approximate number of it is over 5 million Biafrans. I want you to calm down. Let us ask questions so you know what we are doing, and why all your full support must go to USB Redclared. Declaration of India in 1945 or in 1946 that gears to recognition in 1947. It took India 3 years before they can be able to get international recognition. It took them maximum 3 years before India we got their first ever international recognition. This freedom of a new country is not a child's play. It's not drinking pap. It's not eating rice and shaking. No. Let's continue. Between a leader arrested before formal declaration of independence of a new country and the one arrested and there is no declaration, the leader arrested before a declaration that his people or his group make a declaration generally has a better option for release under political solution or pardon. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, on the head or a president of redeclared United States of Biafra, has a better option. Now listen to this political solution or pardon better option in the history of other countries who are on the same level right now, because in the Guinness Record History book, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has break history. Go and check. The only two Igbo man who refused bribe to succumb, to suppress down, to bow down to the power being is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpanjoko. Only two of them. Go and check. Go and check. Go and run your check and come outside. I always say you go and check and verify because I'm not here to gossip. Let's continue.
The key difference lies in the political utility and legal reframing of the leader's past actions.
Number one, listen.
1. The leader arrested before declaration. This leader, Leader A, was arrested while fighting for the new country, but they were taken into custody before their movement made a formal, public claim of sovereignty.
Listen. The leader arrested before declaration, and listen again. The leader, in bracket, Leader A, was arrested while fighting for the new country. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting for IPOB organization, remember. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting for British government in exile. He is fighting to restore what? United States of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting for IPOB. No. He's fighting for outright Biafra from Nigeria. Is it not true? My people. What is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fighting for? For Biafra as a country. Isn't that is the truth? What Simon Ekpa is fighting for? United States of Biafra as a country. United States of what? Biafra as a country. Is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simon, the two of them, they are fighting for one thing, one goal. Now, this leader, Team A, that is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was arrested while fighting for the new country, but they were taken into custody before the movement made a formal public claiming of sovereignty of a new country. Are you following? The Mazi Simon or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was being taken away, and the Biafran people under Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, she stood up and make what? A public claim by declaration of United States of Biafra as a new country. As what? Declaration makes you a sovereign state that lacks recognition. On the date, on the declaration, officially, you have become existing sovereignty, existing country, existing nation, existing state. But without declaration, you are just a mere political movement that are internal, not external. My people, we must continue. Remember what we are doing. How can United States of Biafra become the best option now that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been convicted and Simon Ekpa? And in their two cases, the enemies of the haters of Simon Ekpa was thinking in their mind that Simon going to prison will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They never know that they are pushing Simon Ekpa for Nigeria to use Simon Ekpa to nail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In the Ipob in Finland. And the Ipob who is fighting Simon Ekpa because you hate him because overtake is allowed. Mwata bakari bia nanko asi na ogra baya na mgba jofia. Are you following? So the haters of Simon Ekpa, no, let's do not misunderstand because of what I want to say right now. If you check where Ipob push Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the way USB push Simon, where haters of Simon under bridge push him, who has better option? It's Mazi Simon Ekpa. When you see Uchechi blaming, blabbing, yabbing nonsense social media, you will make mockery of that woman. And let me tell you, history has already been repeated. See, Nelson Mandela come out from prison and divorce his wife. Brahman of Bangladesh come out from prison, divorce his wife, his first wife. Maghandi of India come outside, divorce his wife. Joma Kenyatta of Kenya came outside, they also divorced his wife. That history has been repeated today with blabbing, with nonsense, which is talking. You will know. Before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken in, they are no longer together. Because after his first arrest, can you give me a picture of seeing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Uchechi one place? Can you? Like other pictures you are seeing before he take in his first arrest. Can you? So, spiritually, physically, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has divorced Uchechi a long time ago. After Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left Israel, he landed in Germany. From Germany to Kenya, before he was kidnapped. Go and run fast check the movement. And in all this, he never sees this evil woman, never visited him because he told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, drop this agitation. Do you know why all of them divorced their wife? All their wife becomes a betrayer to them, rubbing shoulder, rubbing mind with the enemies who put their husband in prison. So the behavior of our people, envy, jealousness, and hatred is what is destroying them. And sorry, there is a comment I see here. Yes, it leads to what? Ignorance. That's what it is. So the haters of Simon Ekpa. Okay, let's assume that Biafra did not declared. Political solution will not work for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And if Biafra did not declare, Simon Ekpa will be in Nigeria. And by that time, none of them the political solution we work for. So, declaration of Biafra is that is the main political solution, because act of declaration under international law is act of politics. Politics is political. Are you following? So when you look at all these that have been playing out, with only this little place we are into this document, tell me, where do we have hope that we free Mazen and Simon on Ekpa? Where did you supposed to put your money? Now, I will bring you back from my first intro. You have 5 children in your house. Out of the 5, only 1 is not repeating class, and maybe that one that are not repeating class may be last child of the family is the one that is not repeating class, while the first son has entered over 6 years and he never passed out from primary 1. Between this last born that are running fast, that have even beat cut off mark and passed the senior brother in the house, which one are you going to be paying his school fees fast? Which one are you going to be endorsed as one of best among those 5 in your house? Can you tell me in the comment section? And which one do you think that you need to draw close in whatever you are doing? Which one are you going to be paying his or her school fees first? All his need first? Tell me. And among these 6, which one are you going to be listening to at all time, giving more attention? Which one is bringing the reputation or maintaining the reputation of your family in a higher standard? Which one is that? Tell me in the comment section. Then, as we continue, you will know. Now, the IPOB One Nigeria are that child or that human being who Obi is a boy every day, every year. Every year, candy. Every year, candy. The IPOB who always, or the only road they know is protest, agitation, without declaration. Now, if they ask you between IPOB and the fallback, Omada Highway, CRC, and Firsters Unite, who is the one bringing Biafran people up, and who are those one bringing Biafra movement down? Can you answer me in the comment section? Let me know that you are understanding what we are doing here today. As I'm waiting for your comments, now, even though the IPOB one mefu one holara kunniali can the IPOB mma one holara kunniali ka Omada Highway mma one holara kunniali ka Firsters Unite mma one holara kunniali ka kwole ndi CRC na ndi fallback mma, because na mechara one hair repent ya. So after you have listened to this broadcast, this program this evening, and this time you have as one mefu to repent and support, if you claim you love Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, hapu zera and Simon Ekpa Hetre. Prozie maka this history or this program we're doing this night, biazie because of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, bia love United States of Biafra that was redeclared on November 29, 2024. That change that is the first political act to free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Come and support. Drop your envy. Drop your jealousness. Drop your hatred. You are doing yourself more harm than good. All the hope lies on the team A, the leader of the team A, that was arrested while fighting for a new country, but he was taken in custody before the movement made official declaration of public claiming of sovereignty. That is who USB declared, that are seeking for what? International recognition. Are you following? Listen as we move. Listen.
Why this is the better option. Political
Why this declaration is better option? Why declaration is what? Better option.
utility. The government that arrested the leader, the former sovereign state, gained significant political leverage by releasing them.
Now, do you know what we save even Nigerian government? Our declaration also saved Nigeria from shame. Hey God. Our declaration also saved Nigeria, who kidnapped Mazen Khan, from shame. I have made this program here before. Now, political units, the movement that arrested the leader, the former sovereign state, gained significant political leverage by releasing the leaders that was arrested. Nigeria, on the better option for them to look like their country in the eyes of the international global community, releasing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu under political situation, under political solution, or pardon him because of the new country they have all known that is fighting for has been re-declared and are seeking for recognition or get recognition, is the best thing that people they have a common sense. That is what people of Bangladesh did, and that is what Pakistan did in the case of Rahman. Because of the declaration, immediately that India recognized Bangladesh. Do you know that India was first recognized by Bangladesh? And I hope you know that both India and Pakistan, the Oga, part of them all was India. But they all seek their freedom and move away. Go and check history. So, now, when Maghandi and his second in command was arrested and being kept, the declaration that leads to their recognition is what bring them out. Now, they used Maghandi to negotiate that your people will stop armed struggle before we will free you and recognize you. And they accepted. That is political solution on what? Under negotiation. Are you following? Are you following? I want you to have fully confidence that real declaration is what will set them free. None of these people who fought for a new country, who fought freedom of a new country, was being released like what people are expecting. And then just release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It's not. And they have all been convicted, life imprisonment, sentenced to death. But no, they did not, because when they tell somebody that sentence somebody to death, you are leaving him in prison, the only option is to die in prison. It's like also equal to life imprisonment. But the difference of life imprisonment is that maybe after 25 or 27 years, that person may appeal again. Or if a good person come, he may grant him amnesty and pardon him to go. Are you following? Remember, like I said, our line is open for phone call. And the number to call still remain +97 336051 Now that Nigeria is a country of terrorists and bandits, country of Boko Haram, ISWAP, Lakrawa, and all this that happening in Nigeria, Biafra declaration or a declaration is in fact, it is the 100% way right now to seek recognition. But let us do not deviate. Let us continue to focus on this. So, Nigeria government, if they will agree that releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now, and he said, okay, fine, we release you, you know that Nigeria will not, because what they passed through in 1970s, they thought that is going to be the same thing. If they come back to realize that this is 21st century, now we can only use chemical to wipe Nigeria away. The best option is for them to do what? On the leverage, on the level of leverage, lifting Nigeria up. Let them release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and recognize Biafra, like what Pakistan did in the case of Bangladesh, and release their Rahman the Rahman that was already be sentenced to death. Remember, this is a sentence to death. He spent 9 months, over more than he knows that he's just under 9 months. They got a conclusion because of the action of the people of Bangladesh. What are those actions of Bangladesh? International pressure. What is that? Political pressure. The people of Bangladesh, and let me bring this into before we go further. The Bangladesh people, they have divided house. They have what we have, because it's those divided house was the one who points Rahman where he is, and the Pakistan army arrested him and take him away. So there is no country who has fought for their freedom. They did not have saboteur, but always that we have over saboteurs. So why do I bring this? For you to know that there is no country that fought for their freedom, that they have in between those in the room who are saboteurs and betrayers. So our own is not different. That is why it is that history are always repeating when it's going to the issue of this life that we are living. Check your life. There was a place history repeated in your life. Either you look like your father or your mother. Is a history of a human kind repeating on you. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu nke USB declared bụ sọsọ ihe ga-eme ya ka o nwere onwe ya. And I want to tell you this: if any leader released without declaration of a country, what's to come is something you better say, okay, let him be there. Listen, I will continue.
Motive. The release can be offered as the primary incentive for the movement to enter negotiations, stop the armed struggle, and agree to a formal peace. The government can say, we release your figurehead if you agree to this deal.
I hope we have now coming into negotiation under political structure, under political solution and legal aspect of it. Motive. The release can be offered as the primary incentive for the movement to enter recognition. For the movement to enter what? Recognition. Then what are those things? Stop the armed struggle and they agree to a formal peace. Now, without being told, United States of Biafra has used their hand, stop armed struggle. That's Agenyega's condition. Or being that we have those who understand the peaceful way of getting organized for a new country, they have all did what? They have all come together, and the government said, no, let us drop armed struggle on our own and embrace political, diplomatic, legal aspect of it, and every other thing, which is the best option that will come at last. Remember, Obatobie, our Prime Minister, Sani Banjoko, always to tell us that this thing will end in round table. In round table is negotiation with who? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the President of United States of Biafra. So our government already agreed on peace deal in the eyes of the international global community. In the eyes of the international community, our government, our redeclared United States of Biafra government has already used their hand, agreed that the only best option is what? It's what? Peace deal that we're going to use Mazen Khan to release. That is what is going to release Mazen Khan. The declaration, recognition, these two things. Even why it's wasting time for him to release right now is what? No recognition. If you're going to dive in now, between now to next year now, believe you me, he will be out. By that recognition, the international body will join us. Like what they did to India, what they did to Finland, what happened to Bangladesh and the Pakistan, what happened to Jomo Kenyatta, what happened to Nelson Mandela. That is when all these things will be included. And that is where we are going. Let's continue.
Confidence builder. The release is seen as a major, high-profile confidence-building measure needed to legitimize the entire political solution. Legal reframing.
Are you hearing it? Confidence builder. The release is seen as a major high-profile confidence-building mature needed to legitimize the entire political solution.
The government can easily issue an amnesty or commutation because the leader's crimes were against the old sovereign state, which is now seeking a formal political separation. The pardon becomes a symbolic act of moving toward a new, shared future.
Are you hearing it? They begin to move towards what? A new shared what? Future. Not staying on the ground. Now Zaga Potabe, ndị IPOB, gịnị ka unu na-eme? Ifere ọkpọsị imekwa unu. Another IPOB, one Nigeria. Legal reform. Legal reform. The government can easily issue amnesty commission because the leader crime we are against the old sovereign state. Imagine the kind of crime is against Nigeria, not against Biafra. Are you following? Which is the now seeking for official political separation. The pardon becomes a symbolic act of moving towards a new shared future. If Nigeria understand this, and this is what will change Nigeria's reputation on what it is right now, releasing Mazen Khan and recognizing Biafra as a sovereign state. So, the pardon becomes a symbolic of moving towards new shared what? Future. Recognition of Biafra and the also reason of Mazen Khan. All these things are what we really need to know so we may understand what we are doing. Now,
Example. Leaders of the Indian independence movement, including Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, were frequently arrested and jailed.
Do you hear that? Example. Leaders of the India independence movement, including Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal, were frequently arrested and jailed. They was frequently what? Arrested and what? Jailed by colonial power, which happened to be Britain.
Before India's independence in 1947.
Before India's when 1947. Then as we go down, then you will know when this happened exactly and how many years it takes India for where they are today.
They were consistently released as part of political negotiations, like the Quit India movement leaders being released in 1945 to allow negotiations to begin, because they were necessary for the political solution.
Do you hear it? There was necessary for political solution. Not this kind of solution that they give to Mazen Khan before. They have given political solution before. What happened? Because of the way he was being treated. Because of the way, if he hear what they told him that he will not do, you know that they want to cage him forever and ever. And that is why he continuously fighting till today. And he never be afraid of anybody. We must continue. We are frequently arrested and jailed. Before India independence in 1947, they were constantly released as part of political negotiation. Mazen Khan will be released as part of our what? Negotiation with Nigeria, whether they like it or not. But I said what? Whether they like it or not, it's better for Nigeria to just do the need for right now before the worst of Malachi will also, all of them will prevail on her, because he told them that he will destroy Nigeria. And what's happening today? Nigeria is being destroyed. Are you following? Then they were constantly released as part of political negotiation, like the quote India movement leader becoming a leader in 1945 to allow organization to be because they were necessary for the political solution. They see, they are not, you see, we are not alone. What we are passing through right now, people has gone through that, but they did not deviate. People has gone through what we are going through today. My people, this time we are into it is a limit time. I hope you have now understand that how our declaration is the first political solution that being given to Master and Simon Eba. Our political solution, our declaration is the first ever political solution being given to Master and Kano and Simon Eba Job, for them to be free forever and ever as everlasting solution. So you have heard it clearly how it works. That a leader who his own people make a declaration are the best option. He is on the safer side, both in the crowd that is holding him, in the international community, and this declaration is what will draw attention of the international community. So there we know that this is not internal, but it's external affair that they all have to put their mouth. So the IPOB won Nigeria. After you have listened to this, you ask yourself a question. Over all these years, what are you going to present for Master Kano that is what you achieved as a son that his father give money to start a business? August no bomla mefu. Instead for only turn on the back, swallow ego and jealous and everything nime. Only already destroy your own. In a job Simon jail lawyer. Then what of the person you call your leader? You did not think to react that this thing I'm doing. Tell me, my people, is it not the same thing they charge Simon Eba is what the government is charging Master and the Crown today? It's not the same charge. Inciting violence, inciting terrorism, you are this, you are that. Please, I'm asking, is it not the same thing? You come to fight for freedom, and you continue claiming no freedom. Then when the time of freedom comes outside, you shine it. My people, like I said, our line is still open in case if anyone decides to call. Our number is open for phone call in case if you may decide to call. If you want to call us, please try to do that, please. Okay, I did not see your comments. They hang my internet. Flora, thank you so much. Florence, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you so much. I just see it right now. I use the other my phone to check because I am no longer seeing any comments. Even when I ask question, that people answered, I could not even see it. Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you so much. Yes. The round table talk is very important. And that is what? Negotiation. The IPOB, who went to Finland, went there to bear with us against Simon Eba. Today, are they not supposed to be in shame and close up their mouth? Are they not supposed to be in shame, my people? A leader who his own people make a declaration, and all these Ashkote Ekwono that did not make a declaration, that have no mission, that have nothing common, they have nothing to bring on the table. And remember that Obato Obiye said that Biafran people has given the mandate for declaration. Yes, my brother, I will try to create a link. I am waiting for my laptop for the money that Biafran people are contributing to be okay. It's never reached to get a laptop. That's why I'm still calling, begging for, because of situation context of where I am, I cannot afford the laptop alone by myself. Even Biafran's house, you see this platform right now, as I'm sitting right here, Biafran's build everything to this level. Both shell, both table, both our speaker, both our mic, everything is intact. But it's only that we are lacking laptop. And I see continuously thank those who has been contributing. Once the laptop is done, they will create the link. That is why I'm using my phone. In case you want to call, there is a number to call only on WhatsApp. The number to call remains plus. If you now I don't have link, that is why I'm giving number out. So you can contact me through the number. Please. The number is plus 9 7 3 60 51 337. Only on WhatsApp. Just add number on WhatsApp, you will get me. And your voice will still come out loud and clear, my people. What we are doing here is to educate ourselves. That is the work we choose to do. That is the work. Because we must check out everything and know the best option. We must check out everything and take the best option. And Obato Obie has studied all these laws and know the best option. Knowing that the re-declaration of Biafra with a document is the first thing that we bring Mazen Alekan out when it was only him. That is why you must appreciate every day and thank Otongozo Arabeze. Yes, the number to call, my brother, is plus 9 7 3 60 51 337. Again, plus 9 7 3 60 51 337. Only on WhatsApp, not a direct call, please. That is the number to call if you wish to call on this platform to contribute in what we are doing. So, my people, we are not going to finish it today because we only manage 1. We never even come to 2 and 3. So the 2 and 3 will continue from there tomorrow. So as we do every other things, the way we normally do it. So tomorrow, we are going to finish. Then when we finish tomorrow, then if anybody who claiming that he's fighting for Biafra without supporting the declaration, boy Asuniru, he's a 419. He has nothing to offer. They don't know the road. That is why they are messing up. Now, we are coming back to Donald Trump. We are coming back to the words that we always tag on our platform. But because of the headline that we want to do, that is why we did not. Their behavior is what? Their ignorance and the fact it has led them to ignorance. Their jealousy, their envy role has led them into what? Ignorance. That is how they're all messing up today. Now, with this history of India, you may understand why declaration is the most important thing. And then you may understand why we must thank and appreciate first Ngozi Arabeze for standing up and making declaration. Now, my message to the America, Canada, China, France, Sweden, Norway, Korea, every country in the world, and Africa countries in the large, that the declaration has been made as first step proving a sovereign state, that we are a new state. We are now the new state in the world that are seeking for recognition. And the criteria of the world in the UN Charter, we have overmet those criteria in the UN Charter, that the freedom of secession is under self-determination. Right? That is it. Now, what else again? Then this UN Charter refer us to Montevideo Convention they always use. What are those criteria in the Montevideo Convention? Number one, a permanent population of people. Number two, divine territory. Simply means the 40 states that's made up of United States of Biafra, that people are living in that state, in that territory, that is a permanent population. That Biafran people who are living in Biafran territory that's made up of 40 states. Number three, effective government. If they ask you if the government is effective, my own opinion, yes, the government of the United States of Biafra is what? Effective, doing their job. Normal. They are what? Effective. Now, number four, this government that is effective, we have capacity to enter into relation or conversation or agreement with other states, and you must be a state before these states are going to recognize, because they said out of recognition is a political choices of all those old countries who want to recognize you based on the interest of why they want to recognize you or the peace they find on you. That is why we said that the world can use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to give us what? Recognition. They call it international pity under Geneva Convention 1949. Go and check. The same thing happens, contacts on the particular words from Vienna Convention 1978. These are the criteria that are there for us. These are the existing protocol that USB is maintaining. The most important one is the criteria of peace movement, not armed struggle. Is where I raise my hand, my two hands up for the government of United States of Biafra. That is where I raise my hand up for them, that they are doing a marvelous, wonderful job. So, my people, let us show the world why we make our official declaration of United State of what? Biafra. Why we make such declaration. Let us see some videos of what's going on in Nigeria today. And why do you know also that tagging Nigeria a country of CPC, a country of particular concern, can also help Biafra recognition? After we finish this history of those who have fought for their country and how they get recognition, how they make declaration of a formal declaration first that leads to recognition, that brings out their leaders. Once we finish in, you will leave where we stopped yesterday, day before yesterday, or yesterday, about self-determination be a crime once you're a Biafran or a black man. We have finished number 1, number 2. We're going to go to number 3, to number 4, number 5. Once we finish, that is what we do here. We only here to educate, to change narrative, to let the world know that those things they are hiding from us, that we have already know all of them. That is a pure truth that we all must know. So please, if you want to call, I'm going to run this program in the next 10 minutes. I'm going to shut the program down. So please, if you want to call, you have time now to call to make your own submission. If you get the number right, please, my people. So let us go in. Now, on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, do not be afraid. There is light here that no human being can turn off. There is light that no human being can do what? Can turn off. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu carries in his forehead. Anywhere he goes, he becomes a leader. The information we are gathering is that even in this place, in this Sokoto where they put him, they are worshiping him there. Anywhere he goes, he becomes a leader. That is what listen to this news about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Save more on everyday shopping, every spend.
Sorry, after the advert.
Download the Founds app now.
Also, if you go, Amaro Nobanama, before I go on the eventually come to just going to get going to. I got to go to you because of YouTube, what I call it, rules and regulations. So, but all the gay, you know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as we all know, just like as I said earlier on, that Nnamdi Kanu is a celebrity anywhere he goes. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can conquer all the hardened criminals in DSS custody, 95% of the people in there are his loyalists. In fact, all of them turn to the worship Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, including Muslim Christians. They don't know any religion inside prison. He converted everybody, said people will have problems. Instead of complaining to prison warders, they will go and complain to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we give them solution very, very fast. So they are sending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to to Sokoto prison. Remember, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been an advocate, calling even Sultan of Sokoto, Janjaweed, and the rest of them. Do you know what they did? Let him go there so that they will suffer him, so that Sultan is going to order all those inmates. Maybe they molest, they beat Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My brother, as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu enter there, story can't change. The atmosphere, everything about Sokoto Correctional Center now is singing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nigerian government is going to, in fact, they are going to be disappointed. A leader is a leader, a lover of the people, a lover of the masses. This is all they saw on this guy and said, no, we can never allow this to manifest, because anybody who is doing the right thing in Nigeria, if you are saying the right thing in Nigeria, you stand for the right thing, you stand for the right justice, my brother, they are going to make sure that they give you run. Nigeria is being ruled by men of the underworld from Kingdom of Darkness. That is the politicians, including the ones in my own region, the Southeast. Imagine Oju Tokalo came out yesterday to say that we should not be emotional about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's sentence. You can imagine that idiot Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cried for. Nnamdi Kanu still stood for him when they gave him 12 years in prison, and asked if Buhari want to fight corruption, he should start from the northerners that are making their area ungovernable because of the money they are looting. Nnamdi Kanu stood and made video for it, which the video is out there on the public domain. That's about Juzo Kanu. Never said anything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not until they escort Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the prison gate, and then he come out to make one nonsense statement that is going to haunt him until the day he leaves this earth.
He hasn't been punished now. He will die very soon.
Make I know waiting cause him. So, as I was saying, no matter Nnamdi Kanu don't enter Sokoto prison. Everybody now they sing Nnamdi Kanu, It's another faith, holy, holy.
It's not like with information comes around. They are worshiping him there. Anywhere he goes.
One guy said something this morning. A Yoruba guy. But when you go to the comment section, you will get disappointed because all the whole people commenting there mostly are his own people calling him Omoale, mean a bastard. You don't know what you are saying. You are joining with the Omo Igbo to the talk nonsense. You can imagine that. You know what the guy said? He said, Igbos. Okay, let me call it the way he said it because we call ourselves Igbos, but they call us Igbos. He said, Igbos are waiting for Jesus Christ. Forgetting that they had the Jesus Christ they are waiting for is here already. That Nnamdi Kanu is the Messiah that Igbos have been waiting for. How many years? That bring us closer to what we always say, that Onyamuma Anhadire na Lanaya, a prophet can never be followed his own time. That is exactly the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. His own brother, his own governor, somebody he fought for when he was being bullied by the government of Nigeria, came out and said Igbo should not be emotional. That Nnamdi Kanu, why is he insulting a judge? That the what do you call it? The decision of the judge must be respected. That if the person is not satisfied, he should go to appeal court. This idiot does not even tell them because he want to paint Nnamdi Kanu black so that ABC will love him more. He didn't even bother to tell the world that appellate court, him referring them to go, have decided and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu. A higher court, then a lower court convict him. Then the government of the day chooses to obey the judgment of the lower court instead of the one of the higher court. So what is the guarantee if they go to appeal and he won an appeal? The government of the two will say no, just like what they did in 2022, 3 years ago. And then they will then drag Nnamdi Kanu to Supreme Court. And when they get to Supreme Court then will overturn the ruling of appeal court and then say they have to stand on that of a high court. Is it not how we find ourselves in the high court? Is it not how we find ourselves after going rigorously from high court to appeal, from appeal to Supreme Court? The Supreme Court, instead of doing the needful to stand on the decision and the judgment of appeal court, he said no. They have to go back and start afresh because they have already write the what they call it, the punishment of Nnamdi Kanu, or rather the sentence, and keep and be waiting.
You know why I'm playing you this? I want him to get to this place so for you to know there is no hope in Nigeria court to free Nnamdi Kanu except this thing they did. The only hope to free him forever and ever is what? USB redeclared. To support what? United States of Biafra is the only option. That is the only best option we ever have. Are you following? So I want to know, yes, a higher court sent someone free. A lower court sentenced him. Now they are telling him to go back to the higher court again. What can the higher court to do? The higher court will send him back to the lower court. This is the game they want to play. And that is why Nnamdi Kanu wanted them to continue to drag them until we get our future recognition. You don't know that is in the spiritual realm. Nnamdi Kanu is dragging Nigeria. For what? For the Biafra to get recognition so he can be able to be free because he knows that he is spiritual more than physically. I hope you understand it clearly. I hope you understand it clearly. So my people, let us give the word what Nigeria represents. Nigeria simply means a death sentence to every indigenous person. And once again, if you never like the program, there is a 3 dots in front of you. Click on that 3 dot on top of your screen. Then you will see the like. So like and share, please. Like the program. Then subscribe is Read Biafra TV. Subscribe also. And turn notification on. So whatever will come alive, we are live. So you will know. Because we are here to educate ourselves. We are here to give ourselves a better hope. We are here to understand the right and the wrong. We are here to understand where we're supposed to stand and what we're supposed to do. Now that Biafra has been declared, for you to know that this is only hope you have, that you will not allow this hope to go by. The world, look at why the option of self-defense on the Biafran people is the only best option. Look at them.
That is a trap.
They are trooping in with more dangerous people on every place. Look at them. The owners of Nigeria. For you, look at them when you are one Nigeria. It go reach you. Look at them. The owners of Nigeria. You are claiming one Nigeria. One Nigeria means a death sentence to every indigenous person.
That is a trap.
You see? Look at what they put. Do you know how much is this? Do you know how much is this? Do you know how much is this? Do you know what it takes indigenous person to equip Biafra army?
Nigerians. So yesterday, being the 4th of November 2025.
This one is very long.
Nigeria.
Are you hearing it? That is one Nigeria. Attack on the indigenous people, chasing them away. The second phase of this, look at it, they kidnap and make
bandits. They go, they do video, they go, they do giveaway for
and
TikTok.
Nigeria will not go arrest them.
Video online, they patrol for road. All this road where this people they pass, so soldiers not the day road.
No,
checking points not the day road. Now phone that they use.
The Boko Haram military, they are all in Biafra land.
Check all this their data, which name
to destroy Biafra, to burn our. Look at it.
All this our Nigerian.
They have roads.
They don't know there. Imagine say soldier go the guards Fulani bandits for Nigeria. Now all this one for the happen. All these people go do video, they go post them online, their face they show. Nobody they feel they find them, may they go hold them, they live with them.
They there now. When we talk about Biafra, you know, everybody Akinyo. Where could Biafra?
I'm going to start with you like this. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you fail to resign, we the youth will force you to resign by force.
Look at everywhere, they are on rampage. They are celebrating on a broad daylight like this. And the so gullible swans are supporting this, claiming one Nigeria. Well, I thank God for the understanding and the strength of the real Biafran people who are under USB. Do you see it? Inside your one Nigeria, they will capture you. This is why Biafran people make a realization of US instead of Biafra under international law of self-determination to save our life. Do you see them? Look at them dancing, enjoying.
Banditry started under the watch of APC because they were the ones that brought them in.
Look at them.
92-93 in Kaduna.
Indians are running away. Attack every day. Kidnapping.
I was a young boy, very, very young then. And people were killed.
See people running away from their homes.
You are not an absent person practicing Muslim in Islam.
My name is Nnamdi Kanu.
Sorry.
I lead the largest mass movement on the face of this planet Earth. Determined men and women. And my name is
This is the voice. Are you hearing it? Burning houses of people. Are you hearing the sound? If they are attacking Nigeria, this is how they go. Are you hearing? Tell me how somebody inside bush have this equipment, this kind of ammunition. Look at it. Rocket launcher. Rocket launcher. And in the world will be silent. We will be back to insult all of you, to drag all of you. Look at it, they are enjoying. Look at, they are enjoying.
All Nigeria.
Look at it. And the word are keeping silence. And the indigenous blood is dying. We want them, Donald Trump, to know that, yes, number one is Putting Nigeria on a quarter of consign
No.
is good.
This is 100% unacceptable.
But what is the best option? The best option is the last solution. The everlasting solution is recognition of United States of Biafra declared on November 29, 2024. Remember, my people, our 1-year anniversary is 4 days from now. That Biafran people are going to make our first ever recognition of United States of Biafra. Our first democracy day. You must stand and show how it is. The government must do the needful. Look at it. Students being kidnapped. Look at it. Are you seeing? Yesterday, here, I showed you Bola Ahmed Tinubu
Nigerians.
son doing what?
So yesterday,
Listen
being
again.
the 24th of November 2025,
24th, another one happened.
bandits, terrorists, aka bandits, they attacked 2 villages inside Kano State last night.
In Kano State last night.
I told you guys that these guys are gradually entering Kano. Some of you thought I was joking, but now they are there. 2 villages were attacked last night in Kano State. The media will not tell you these things. I know they will not tell you. Trust me. I told you guys I got your back. If they hide them, allow you to bring her out. The mainstream media is controlled by the federal government of bandits. Don't get it twisted.
That's so.
They don't show you anything happening here in the north. They don't show you anything. They only show you what they want you to see. They don't tell you all these things. But I did tell them, I say, I'm going to bring them out as the hot. 2 villages were attacked last night in Kano State around 11 p.m. Sundu was attacked. Biresawa was attacked. And these 2 villages, they are inside the Sanyawa local government area of Kano State. They attacked them in the night. They abducted women and girls. This attack last night was mainly on women and girls. Women and girls. The number of girls and women that were abducted last night for now have not been verified, but we are looking at close to 20. What I'm telling you is fact. Fact. But they will not tell you these things that happened. They will they won't tell you. They don't like me now. That's why I'm seeing I saw one post from yesterday. They were tagging me all over. Everywhere tag. Some friends were even calling me that Anonymous posted you and there's a $30,000 bounty on your head, on my head. On my head, just for speaking out for the voiceless. They are putting 30 million bounty on my head. You know go walk. They no go see me eye. They una no go see me eye. You know understand? Oluwa, they cover me. Una no go see me eye. Una they see me forever, but you can never see me eye. You can never see me like this. You know understand? You
I hope you are hearing.
social media, but you cannot see me eye.
This is what is going on. The killing that is going on. Child. If you see picture I have here, how Nigeria troop was attacked and what this Fulani did to them, you won't believe it. Lot of killings. Lot is happening. That is why the Biafran people has made up our mind.
Since Nigeria
And
government
make a
has failed
declaration
to be able to contain this
of
attitude
United
of
States
these
of Biafra.
morons, it's high time they let Americans come into the
See
soil
what
of
women
Nigeria
are passing through
to
when
help
they
us to
kidnap
fight
them.
the battle, because they can't. Nigerian government cannot be able. They don't have the techniques. They don't have the
them.
science, the equipment, the
You see what
technology
both
to fight
mothers and
these
children and daughters are
losers.
passing through.
Let American government step in. Let them step in to help us. I think we need their help. Let us not be delusional. Let us stop living in denial.
Yes,
Nigerian
now, on a
government,
go
we need
here.
American government to step into the soil to be able to.
American
enter the
government,
soil.
you are
We
not,
need it now more
step
than
in
ever.
is good.
A lot
But
people are
the
saying,
of Biafra,
make
we will
America
help
come.
you
They're
to
looking
end
for- they're
insecurity
looking for
in
our money.
Nigeria.
Americans are looking.
That is what we want the world to know. That is only Biafra is everlasting solution. Disintegration of Nigeria and set every indigenous people free is what will end all that is happening. There is no two ways about it. There's no two ways about it. So Donald Trump, we have give you we are give all UN why Biafra declaration is authentic and the word recognition is the everlasting solution to all that is happening. My fellow Biafrans, I want to thank you all here with all the curtain. May Chukwu Okabiyama protect all of us, guide us, give us what we are looking for. Only one thing. What is that? The recognition of Biafra. Adam asị na ọ ga-adịrị anyị na mma. Anyị ga-adị ka ihe na-echi adịghị agwụ agwụ. Ndụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, ị ga-adị ka osisi nkwụ na-atụ nge ara okwere osisi nkwụ na ya. Maazị Simon otu ya n'isi gị. Ngozi Orabaeze, ị ga-adị ka ihe na-echi adịghị agwụ agwụ. Ị ga-adị ka nya na nzi na adịghị eje nya eje. Ewe m na-asị ka ọmaka bịa na n'otu n'otu. Ka Chukwu Okabiyama gozie ụmụ Biafra niile na mgbalị na anyị na-eme ndị kwetara under United States of Biafra Redclared, ndị jiri akwụkwọ gbaa fes, ndị prens ga-akwụrụ ụgwọ ọnwa, ndị a ga-enye ihe ọbụla ha chọrọ. Ọha nwa bụ ole ndị United States of Biafra mere ka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ka o nwee ugwu, ka e nwee ihe a na-gbasara ya, ka ọ ghara ịbụkwa every year obi dị ka ndị na Chukwu Okabiyama biko nụ mepee akpa ụmụ Biafra niile, mepee akpa ụmụ Biafra niile, tinye biya ego, tinye ogologo ndụ na arụ isi ike, nye anyị ihe akụkụ, nye anyị ihe enwenwu, ka anyị wee jee mezie Biafra, ka anyị wee jee kwụsị igbu mmadụ nke gị nwa na onwe gị hetri nke a na-egbu na mba zoo. A na-asị gị biko dodo Chukwu Okabiyama, ọkwa ị nọ n'elu ọ na-eme, ọkwa ị na-ahụ afọ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na-ata, ọkwa ị na-ahụ Simon Ekpa na-ata. Ihe anyị oziri gị bụ ka inye anyị metụ mba ụwa aka n'obi ebe niile nke gọọmenti ya wegara akwụkwọ declaration nke Ngozi Orabaeze na kabinet ndị ya wegara akwụkwọ declaration. Ka anyị na-asị gị biko nụ eze ndị eze, mee ka mba ụwa niile nabata akwụkwọ a ma nye anyị recognition ka anyị wee bụrụ a country. Ka igbu mmadụ wee laa, ka ikidnap mmadụ wee laa, ka ihe wee dịbazie na mma. Ọ ihe a bụ ihe Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na-achọ. Ewesịghị na ị ga-emere anyị ya n'Eke, ị ga-emere anyị ya n'Orie, ị ga-eme ya n'Afọ, ị ga-eme ya na Nkwọ. Ndị ezi na comment section here, ndụ unu n'Eke, ndụ unu n'Orie, ndụ unu n'Afọ, ndụ unu na Nkwọ. Wee bụ Chukwu Okabiyama na mmadụ wee na-asị ya biko nụ ka aka ọbụla nke na-egbochi Biafra recognition ka aka ahụ gbajie. Ewesịghị biko ihe ahụ nke mba Britain, nke London, nke UK mere na 1967-1970, anyị si na ige ka ha mekwa ya ọzọ. Ihe ha mere na Biafra enwe ha recognition, na ha na Biafra abụghị country. Mana ihe mebụ na ị kwere ka o mee ihe na ị chọrọ iji oge wee kụziere anyị ihe gaghị eme anyị nweta Biafra inye ha n'anya ya dịka inyegoro anyị ya, nye recognition anyị na-ekwu okwu ya ka mba ụwa niile, ka anyị onwe anyị wee nwee ike iji Biafra kpọrọ nwa wee valuo ya wee chekwaba ya. Anyị arịọghị ndị a niile wee kwe na ị ga-emezu ya na aha gị Chukwu Okabiyama ka anyị na-arịọ na-asị ise ise ise. Ụmụ Biafra ka ọ makabara ncha niile ka ọ dịkwa the same time. Tomorrow we will continue from where we stop until we finish this particular program. I want to thank you so much. I want to thank our sister Flora for what she did for us. Oh, Flores, thank you so much for all you do. May from where you bring it, may you never lack. May Elohim replace it in 70,000 food for you. Thank you so much. Your pocket will never dry. Thank you, my people. From me, from here, it is a wonderful good night to you all. Thank you so much.